Howdy! How's everybody out there in YouTube land today? I hope this finds you well. It's time for another exciting episode of Heifer Haven's Fruit Bites. We got our heifer over here, and she looking slick and happy today. And we're going to tell you some advice from a letter that we received. And the heifer wants to know, what are we going to talk about today, BrendaG? What are we going to talk about today? Well, I'm about to tell you. Before I do, though, there's one thing we've always got to do, and that's more cowbell! Now that we got your attention, let's see what our letter has to say today. Dear Heifer Haven, I know that you've been on a diet, and I have a question for you. I hear so much about portion control, and I don't know what they're talking about. Could you clue me in? Can you give me some advice? Well, yeah, I can always give you some advice. Now, the thing of it is, I have not really been on a diet. I don't like the word diet. It starts out with the word die. That kind of infers that you ain't going to make it through this. And I intend to lose some weight. I do not intend to die in the process. So what I'm doing is I'm making healthier choices. Part of making healthier choices is to make healthier choices about your portions that you eat with your meal. For an example, if you're used to eating your mashed potatoes at dinner out of a mixing bowl with about a pint or two of gravy on top of it, then that is not portion control. You need to go get you a custard cup and put your potatoes, your mashed taters down in that, and make a little well in the middle of it and put you some clear broth, about a tablespoon maybe max, of clear broth right in the middle of it. That's your gravy. Now that's making a healthier choice, and it's portion control. So that would be an example. I mean, you'll know if you need portion control if you sit down in the chair and the chair groans and tells you that it thinks you might be a little bit over the weight limit. If you are buying your clothes from BPH, if you don't know what BPH is, that's big, proud heifers. If you are looking at that catalog to buy your clothes, then you probably need some portion control. You need to make some healthier choices about what you're eating. So now, another example of this would be breakfast, for instance. If you're used to getting your mixing bowl and pouring about a quart of whole milk in there, and then pouring in about a box or a half a box at least of your sugary cereal, your uh, sugar, fruit, loopy, whatevers, or, what have you, then I suggest that here's what you do. You go back and you wash that custard cup from last night you had your taters in, and you get you a little spoon, not a shovel, not the big tablespoon. You get you a little teaspoon. And then what you do is you go next door. Now pay close attention here. You go next door to the neighbor's bird feeder, and you scoop you out about maybe a half of that cup of bird seed out of their bird feeder. So now you're eating cheap. And then you put some skim milk on top of that. And you let that soak a couple minutes so you soften up that bird seed. And then you eat that. That's making a healthier choice. It's making a financial choice. It's going to take the weight off of you. And have you ever noticed when you look at the birds that are eating out of that bird feeder, they're active, they're small, they get around good, they're healthy. But now you get up into your bigger birds. Your birds, what they call them birds of prey, I think. You're talking about your eagles, your owls, your falcons, your big old birds, your hawks, all them big birds. They ain't eating out of the bird feeder. They're down at the lake and they're pulling fish up out of there. They're catching rabbits. They're out, catching small prey. They're meat eaters. So if you want to be a big bird, you're going to be eating, them big meals. If you want to be a little bird, you're going to eat like the little birds and eat out of the bird feeder. I suggest the neighbors because it's cheaper, but hey, I said it was free advice. I never said it'd be good.